A very good morning to you and welcome to Friday. It's Friday. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, Joe Kamanya?
I am alert.
Okay.
I am awake. And I'm ready.
Three
for
very
the last Friday of the month.
The last Friday of the month.
Which takes us to 50 what weeks?
55.
Correct.
55 weeks to the general election.
Yes.
55 weeks to an opportunity for you to actually make your voice known and heard. Abby? All right.
Yes.
I am happy to see you this morning. Karibu sana.
Asante, shukran.
We're coming off of Thursday and into Friday, and indeed into the very last week of the month of June. It's the 26th, and Eve's here.
Oh, she's here?
Yes, she's.
Yeah.
And the two Barastas are also here.
Did you know it's also International Drugs Day?
For the day we can take drugs?
Today, yes.
Oh, Eve. Wamefungua mlango.
No. It's not the day for Eve to do what she's been wanting to do. No.
It's what?
International Drugs Day. It's the day when we acknowledge the harms that substances
can do to us.
Can and have done to the society.
Yeah.
So it's a call for a drug-free, clean living. That's what the day looks into. So I think a lot of activities will be happening globally.
Yeah.
Even conferences to just try and curb the pandemic. Because substance abuse or drug abuse, there is use, there is misuse and abuse.
Yeah.
It keeps taking different shapes and forms because people are very creative with substances.
Yeah.
So nowadays you have a lot of new drugs, so-called. It's called fentanyl, mostly in the US and Canada.
Yeah.
And then many others anyway. We can go on and on. We have meth, crystal meth, many others, But unfortunately, the onset age keeps on going down. It's
lower and lower. We're going as low as 8 to 9 years old is when people have the first experience with drugs.
Yep.
I mean, I'm just listening to as you're saying it, and I remember one of the first stories that I ever did as a journalist, an award-winning story, by the way, but do I say, was about the effect of drugs on young people. And I would go into, I would go into these, what they were like drug dens. I mean, of course, guarded. But Joe, you need to see the stupor that folks are in. There is no reality beyond that high at the moment, and it's like a continuous high.
Yep.
And if you look at the tools that they use to inject themselves and the conditions under which they continue doing this, but this is not just somebody deciding I'm going to shoot up. And we're talking about the hard stuff here.
Yep.
It's that this is a dependence. And even as I was telling that story, and I was like, oh my God, I'm telling this story, I'm writing the story, and we're filming, but what when I leave? What happens?
Yep.
Oh my God. And I just thought, what an existence for you to be in. So if you can advocate, if we can talk about the fact that, guess what? The people who sell the drugs don't take them.
They don't.
Nah.
They do not.
They know that.
They
know the dangers.
Yes.
They know the dangers.
They do not even want their kids to be anywhere near what they deal with. They don't even want their kids to know the businesses they're in, some of the time. So, because they know the effects. Unfortunately, it's a dark world that we rarely talk about loud enough.
We don't.
To cause the necessary impact and star change. Because addiction is real.
It is.
Addiction is real. And addiction it kills. We also keep talking about what is wrong with our country. You also need to look at the impact of addiction on our economy. It is very high. The stress, the additional stress addiction exerts on our health systems. Here, remember, we don't have emergency response services.
Nope.
So you see people dying of overdose. You see people getting seizures when they're driving because of withdrawal syndrome, and many others. So I want to congratulate today folks that are in the addiction treatment industry who are trying to cause, to effect a good change.
A change.
I also do, but I don't like how we manage we have an authority. Did you know we have a national this NACADA?
Yes, there is
a
campaign against drug abuse, which was given a bit of a lifeline, not too long ago, a few months ago, actually.
Yeah, and they get a hefty budget.
Yes, they do.
So I don't think we are doing enough awareness, because I think what I've learned is over time, the best way to deal with addiction is to effect preventive measures to delay the onset age. If people don't start using drugs at 8 and maybe they start at 20, 21, perhaps they'll make a different type of decision.
It's true, and that's why I really advocate for community centers. And hear me out, especially now that we have the surge of turf, the football turf, and I say absolutely do that. Basketball courts that people can, the preventative measures that you talk about, because an idle mind will sit around and somebody will come and offer you something, and the likelihood of you to take it is that. But how about you now? And that's why I believe in things like sports, basketball, football, and the turf that we see coming up. I don't care. Let them play football till 1 a.m. Let them leave their houses at 1 a.m. because these turfs are up and open.
24 hours.
24 hours. Let them go and play. Let them do, they exert themselves, they come home, they sleep. They wake up, they go to school, they go to a job, they do something. Because in the absence of that, that's a very fertile ground for this that we see.
Recruitment, like you said, the tower, I think it's in Uhuru Estate, somewhere here in Eastlands. The place is well set up, 24/7, well lit. Boys can go and do, and girls do whatever they want in terms of playing games. And it helps them to avoid now the social vices.
That's it.
Remember, the drugs come also with other social vices.
Yes, they do.
You have early pregnancies, teenage motherhood, people dropping out of school. There is no career development. All sorts of things change when you the way you're saying, fertile ground for these vices to prevail. But if you can create alternatives, the community centers, people can go and be expressive in art.
100%.
Mentorship that is real mentorship, not talking down on people and giving them theories that are not applicable. Mentorship, role modeling. And role modeling means I want you to follow and do what I do.
Exactly.
Not what I'm saying.
What I'm doing. And I better be doing the right thing. Indeed, and those are the conversations that we...
And most importantly, do not introduce kids to drugs at home. Especially...
If they see you doing it,
they will want to do it.
They will want to do it as well.
And, sometimes I see men, let me speak to fellow men, they're the ones who introduce their sons, especially, to alcohol. Because you enjoy your whiskey, your gin, whatever it is, your wine. You're like, oh, come on, boy, take a taste, take a sip. And they say, no, he's strong. He enjoys it. The kid is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Even 12.
Why? Please, you're opening a door that you will not be able to shut.
Yes. Absolutely. And I think that's a great way to then for us to then be able to even start our conversations today. To be on the place where we have a consciousness that is not just political, but that it is whole. Whereby you say, this is actually the position in which we should be placing ourselves. And we say, oh, this thing is so bad. Well, there's always something that we can do about it.
Right.
And with that, we say, welcome to the Situation Room this morning. It's Kenya's biggest conversation. So there's the weather, and it's up here.
Yes.
Then there's Dennis Aseto, and he's here.
He's under the
weather, literally. So I don't know what he ingested. It's been doing a doozy on him for the last couple of days. So this morning the thing said, nah, mimi na wewe, let's duke it out.
Yes.
So, thoughts with you, Aseto?
Correct.
Just wants to rest, not just wants to, he needs to just kind of rest it out today.
Come back in one piece.
Kabisa. And even with that, we continue with the show this morning. And I'm guessing that very many people will be happy that you're here, Joe. So as we get into the conversation, and a great way that you've been able to start that out for us today about the consciousness upon which we must stand. So let me tell you what we'll be talking about today. Boniface Mwangi, he's an activist and he is also a presidential aspirant in the next election. He'll join us at 7 o'clock today. We'll be looking over what happened yesterday, the commemoration. We see that folks were able to commemorate. We did see skirmishes here and there. People were arrested. I think the number... what was it, 345? I don't know. People were arrested because it was seen to be that they were in the wrong place at the wrong time doing the wrong thing. I don't know that we reported anything beyond that. But that's what it looks like. Were folks able to come? There was still the plea and the cry that certain things must be a certain way, cannot continue in the manner in which it has been for the longest time. So that's what yesterday was. Boniface Mwangi joins us to then be able to have that conversation at 7 o'clock. And even as we do that, we'll then go beyond that and have conversation to kind of look into what we say is absolutely necessary when it comes to social justice, when it comes to how we then must see things in the future. And the youth voice on the Gen Z protest anniversary will take us into a conversation at 8:30. Dr. Dionysius Ngege is a theologian, lawyer, and youth leader. Miri Julius is an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. Sophie Mugure Njehia is National Youth League chair of the PM party. They'll join us at 8:30 and we'll look into this voice. I saw a comment yesterday and I want to be able to bring this up into the conversation later. Is that the moment for this Gen Z uprising was in 2024 and that it will never be again. I saw that written yesterday. And that was the moment that Kenya should have capitalized on. And if it didn't capitalize on that 2024 moment, all these other things that you're doing, commemoration, remembrance, asking for a public holiday on the 25th of June every year, is not going to happen. That the opportunity was missed. And it's actually an interesting, I don't know if to call him a political analyst or a pundit, but he said, this is a waste of time. You've wasted our time. You've locked down the whole country for an entire 24 hours, whatever it is. And this thing has no bearing. That's what he said.
Well, we can respect that opinion because everyone has their own.
Yes.
But I think the person misses the mark. The protests were not just in vain. They were a call for transformative leadership of this country. That person, I would want to know how they feel about their economic status. I would want to know how they feel about the education status of our country, the health system of our country.
Because those are the issues that were being brought up.
Yes, and they remain unresolved.
Yep.
So the commemoration, in my opinion, is honoring that beginning. It was a bloody, sad, painful beginning of our economic revolution. And this happens all the time. Even the revolutions that have happened elsewhere in the world, not everybody is on board initially.
Yeah.
People keep coming on board over time.
Yeah.
And even that particular person, I am sure they have something they would want to see change from this regime.
Exactly.
So,
even if it is one thing.
Even if it is one thing.
Yep.
So allow the other person to protest on their one thing that they would want to see improve from a government that they voted for by the mere majority, because whoever gets into office is the person that was voted for. So if I have my thing that I don't agree with, if my thing is education, your thing is infrastructure, the other person is security, we are saying we want a government that works for all of us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. We'll talk with Boniface at 7, and then we will talk on look into the youth perspective there then at 8:30, and that will take us through the conversations that we will have into the day. Sawa. All right. Our proverbs this week have been from Kenya, and I will try to read this in Kiswahili, and I will attempt not to butcher the language. And then thereafter, I will read it in English. And I'm just looking at Kenya as a country, that I think it's very interesting when you're able to experience your own country through the eyes of somebody who's coming from the outside. And that when I first came here, and I thought to myself, wow, the Kenya that we see on the TV and in the books that we read and all of this is very different from what is the reality. And then I thought to myself that we as Africans really must tell our own stories, because a lot of the stuff that we see on the TV or in books outside that we saw at that time were through the eyes of non-Kenyans who were putting it on TV. But you know what? If you hear or read about America, it's written by Americans.
Yes.
And so I think Kenya is it's look, you guys have a good thing going.
We do.
It's good to preserve it. And that's all I'll say as I tell you what the proverb is from this morning.
All right.
Mtaka cha mvunguni sharti ainame. How badly did I do?
No, you did well.
Yeah?
You did well, yes. We can live with that.
You can live with that?
We Kenyans can live with that.
Mtaka cha mvunguni sharti ainame. Meaning, whoever wants something under the bed must bend down.
Mm-hmm.
How would you interpret that?
Like, if you want a good government that works for you, you must come out and vote for that good government.
Yes.
You must participate in that discourse.
Yes.
Basically, the interpretation calls for you putting in the work, getting involved, and putting in the work, getting involved, doing what will give you the results that you want.
Yeah.
Because whatever you want to have in life, basically, not just in politics and leadership, but generally in life, if you want good food, organic food, you need to grow it. Right.
Like peanuts.
Like peanuts. EVE. You hear that? Like peanuts. If you want to make a good meal, you need to take time and prepare. Have time in the kitchen, not the quick touch and go thing. So it talks about the process, putting in the work, putting in the hard work, persevering, and being very analytical in everything you do, because everything you do is consequential. It has consequences. There's always an outcome. Yes. So mtaka cha mvunguni sharti ainame means like you need to do the work, do it yourself, put in the work, considerations, analysis, elimination. Yeah.
Do the work.
Do the work.
You're not going to get the result that you seek if you're not going to put something into it.
Yes.
Yep. Absolutely. I like that. I like that as a proverb. And let's then take this opportunity to say hello to everybody. Thank you for tuning in, our audience on KTN. And it's just nice to see, the different faces every day, different voices contributing to this conversation that we have. Even when you guys are out taking a jab at one another, that's okay too. Yeah. So long as we keep it kosher, guys. Our live streams are up on YouTube, Facebook, and on X, and wherever you're tuned in from around the country, the region, and the world. This is the Situation Room. So karibuni sana into this conversation that we have this morning. So let's take a moment to then be able to welcome you and then hear where it is that y'all are tuned in from on this second Friday of the week. A very good morning to you. Peter Chiari says, good morning from Mombasa. Everyone has a million problems until they lose their health. Then they have only one. Health is the real luxury. Stay grateful. That's the real luxury.
It is.
Yep. Okay. So definitely into that. Leban Mataraki says, good morning, good people. Nifurahi day, tuned in kabisa. Tibbs Muge says, good morning, Spice FM team. Good morning to you. Boangi Juma says, good morning, Spice FM. How are you all this blessed Friday? We thank God for yesterday's remembrance for our 2024 June fallen comrades. Yes, indeed, that they be remembered. Even those who didn't even know that they were comrades, but got caught up in this, But yeah, we thank God for them. Clement Ochola says, good morning from Malindi, Kwachocha. Someone was arrested yesterday in the vehicle because there was a Kenyan flag in it. Yeah, I saw that. They were riding the vehicle and there was a Kenyan flag in their car. And then they got arrested. I was wondering, that means even you yesterday now, you're wearing the Kenyan flag around your neck. You could have been arrested.
Oh, come on. Give us a break.
That's a guy. Well, that guy didn't get a break.
They should give him a break.
They should give him a break for crying out loud.
Yeah. We are only patriotic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bernardo Gamba says it was the best demo ever. We didn't lose property or people. Kudos to opposition for standing in solidarity. However, the conspicuous absence of Matiang'i portrayed him as a joke. Okay. Leo says, hello, Princess Ndu, Aseto, and Joe. In a war between Katiba media versus a politician, the former comes on top always. Which one is the former? The Katiba? Okay. Right. It happened pre-2022 election. State won and keeping Kenyans away from work. Alex Gyoko says, good morning, Ndu. There's no H. And the entire Spice team family, Kitali 026 to Korada. Okay. I figured out finally that this thing that people say rada is actually radar. Like you're on the radar. Like we have where are you on the thing? It's actually a colloquial representation of the word radar. Like if somebody's on your radar, they're on point, they're in your connected.
Yes, it is.
I did not know this until later on when I put on my language hat and I thought to myself, this thing that even my son now says to me and looks at me and says, hey, and I'm like, first of all, what? Then I realized this is actually what it is.
Yeah, and it has also different connotations. Like rada, it could be like,
what's up?
What's up? You know? But Pia, if you're stepping on someone's toes or you're doing something, someone can say, Niko rada, like I'm watching you.
Yeah. So well, I figured that out. So that was a fun realization for me. Well, rather to you too, man. Brian Otieno says, good morning. We can't see your beautiful face. Which one?
That was before. Now they can see you.
See, now that's a blush action this morning. Very good morning to you, Brian. Kimiak. The gallery of lies has rattled the chief con in ways I haven't seen before. He is inside Twitter heckling one. Let it be known that nothing good will come out of the Kenya Cons administration.
That's a gospel truth, eh?
What? Kimiak, good morning. Hope you're well. Finally, we see your face, Kimiak. Faith Sanders says, Allah, good morning. Muko wapi? Hamuko visible? Anyway, Faith Sanda, Sanda is also a Nigerian name, and one of my favorite people on earth is Asanda in Nigeria. So Faith, when I see that name, I just get, I feel very happy. Good morning to you. Christina, good morning. Tomorrow marks my 2nd anniversary at Team Spice. I was never a fan of radio, nor politically conscious till 2024. I've learnt the hardest parts of civics here from the likes of Muluka, PLO, etc. Christina, we've got to say that we're very happy that you join us every morning, that there's learning for all of us to take place.
Indeed.
There is, advice to heed. There is engagement to be involved in, that we can all be part of a conversation that changes a thought. Because you know what we say? A thought leads on to a word, leads on to an action to change.
Yes.
So if we can be thinking about how these things affect us, this is a good thing.
It is. And whatever you learn, teach
to somebody else.
Pass it on.
Absolutely.
Pass it on.
Absolutely. So Christina, congratulations and thank you for being here every day. Drift Session says, good morning, Kenya. A government so afraid of its own youth, it self-sabotages. And they kind of shut things down yesterday, didn't they? D Combo says, now daughters are more alcoholic than sons. Wanakunywa kukunywa sana. Sindio, it's true. That is a reality in a lot of spaces for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That the dependency now on drugs is, it's a thing.
Yeah.
I still don't know why they separate drugs and alcohol, because to an extent, alcohol has become a drug for a lot of people.
Why.
Yeah.
They were called bootwort.
Specify now.
Yeah.
I was going to say something, but then I realized it's 6:33.
The alcohol industry.
Bootleg.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Bootleggers. Remember, production of alcohol was highly criminalized in the Western world for a long time. Because, as you know, it was luxurious, had big margins, and only a few people were allowed to break the law and produce alcohol.
Yeah.
So as the industry grew, they needed to protect their interests. What did they do? They came up with standards of a drink that can be vended or sold openly. And that's how legalization of alcohol came about. And also they needed to criminalize people who are the moonshiners, they call those who make changa, the local brews. They needed to be criminalized because they would make this gin that is like 80%, 70% alcohol. So it was eating into their profit.
Sure.
So they legalized some aspect.
And criminalized others.
The rest. Then alcohol, remember, even those who are believers of the Bible, there are connotations of wine, Jesus turning water into wine. So it's something that is not so bad, socially acceptable. Now, legally, it is legal to vend alcohol. But the other substances that are mainly not grown in countries where this legalization started of alcohol, like you don't have opiates growing in the Western world. You have to import them from, from the East or the Far East. The other substances do not grow very well, but they are very high value in terms of business. They're very high value cash crops. They needed to be criminalized because countries like Colombia today would be a first world country if they grew on their cash crop. So the criminalization of drugs is not on the effect. It is not based on any scientific effect on the society, because alcohol has more effect. Alcohol is widely abused than all the other very strong drugs, which I agree.
The criminal component comes from the fact that there was commercial devaluing for some people.
Correct.
You see what we're talking about?
So there's more.
There's a lot more than meets the eye.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yes. There's a reason why Afghanistan cannot be peaceful.
There's very true. There's a reason why today Libya cannot either.
Yes.
Are we going to get into that? Well, let's see. Let's say really quickly to people this morning. Eric Nganga says, good morning. A big round of applause to the bold standard, keeping round of applause, keeping injecting nothing but the truth. Eric Awar, a very good morning to you. We see you, Karibu Sana. And Cliff Stanley says, may we continue with the 8th day coverage of bad governance? Good morning from the Malaba border. Good morning to you, G. And Kennedy Njanja says, good morning, listening live from Al Quds, Dubai. Paris Mudhoni says, good morning, Team Spice. Wishing you a peaceful day ahead. Mutuflani, good morning to the Princess and the Duke of Scarf and the squad. The Duke of Scarf, good morning.
Good morning.
Did you see cops on borders letting out shots? Is that the Goon Regiment? That's a question. For sure.
It's a new low, eh?
It's a new low. It's a new low. Jennifer Atenyi says, good morning, Ndujo. Aseto, prayers up, of course, for Aseto this morning. And we see you. Good morning to you. What did you ask? You said the government has lost touch with reality. May God help us. Margaret Wancho, he said, protests and revolutions are never in vain. They're never in vain. Raskodor says, happy Friday, my team. It seems the standard injection has not sunk well with most Kenyans. Kindly make a full documentary then. Even more? Ooh-wee. Okay. Well, there's more to tell, isn't there? Clement, you're tuning from Malindi. A very good job to you. Very good morning to you. And James Karaoke says, good morning, Team Spice. Great weekend ahead, and to you too. Paris Mudhoni, have a peaceful day ahead. And Nancy Abura is also tuned in this morning from Mirema. Nawapenda sana, tunakupenda sana pia. It's a crime is it a crime having a Kenyan flag? Well, it would appear so. If you can be arrested because that where bendera unapeleka wapi ebu shuka gar, yeah, I guess. Good morning, Team Spices. David Mangera. Eric Ngang is also tuned in. Goons Pro Max on border. That's what we saw. Dan Bio says, good morning. Listening in today after being roughed up yesterday, but we soldier on. Good morning to you. Kamau. Robert Mbogo is tuning this morning from Mombasa. Andrew Chira also said, a physically challenged person. I mean, humanity tenda wapi. Sina Chakusema. Good morning from Vancouver. And everybody getting into the room. Hype says, good morning. Just Nature says, bonjour, guys. Africans are performing well in the World Cup. Kasongo is rattled. Welcome to the weekend. Yeah. Moss Lifestyle says, good morning. Hey, thank you very much. I don't know if I want to read this. Did I change Kenya Media? I don't know if I did. Maybe contributing to it. Asante sana. But those are kind words, most files. Good morning to you. Thomas Osoro says, good morning. Kudos to the bold newspaper for hitting the reality. Antonina Keheka says, I just got to learn about SpiceFM last year after June 25th, after being aggrieved by those who didn't amplify the day, and boom, the best realization ever. 1 year later, happy to be here every morning. Antonina Karibu Sana. Thank you every day for tuning in. Pixter Mora says, as a young person, I never thought I'd ever witness the old orchestrating the killing of the young, and our elders trying to sanitize it as normal. What a shame. And justice for our heroes. It's Kenny says, good morning, Spice FM. Good morning to you. I think that yesterday's event went the way we wanted it to go. Finally, we could say checkmate to the government. What they wanted did not happen. It's interesting. It seems as though the sentiment for a lot of people is that what they wanted was for people to be injured. Yikes. Can't be a good thing. But thank you for us to continue having these conversations, for us to look into the headlines and see what those stories are, the stories that are coming out, things that have happened, and perhaps what will shape opinions. We're going to start off, guess where? On the front page of Kenya's bold newspaper, The Standard. And I just want to take a quick one to say thank you to guys for what you're saying about how you learn certain things, you get certain insights, and then you take that and you pass it on to the next person. I'm just seeing that what you say, you normally start work at 10, but you wake up early to listen to the show, and then take that and you speak to the next person about things that you've learned or that you've understood, and that's it. We're all in a learning process, but that we can take it and move. If it's one person, Joe, it's even one person, that's a victory.
And we'll come back tomorrow.
Absolutely, and do it again.
If there's a reason to do it again.
Total lockdown is what is on the front page of the Standard. The Gen Z second anniversary. The spectacle that played out yesterday during the second anniversary of Gen Z's fatal protest of 2024 portrayed a government scared of its own people. Despite government officials led by Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen promising a normal working day on the eve of the commemoration, the nation woke up to the blockades on all roads leading to the capital city and major towns. The police, as has been the case, became a tool of suppression instead of providing security. They sealed roads, harassed and brutalized innocent Kenyans whose crime was to mark the day that Kenyans said enough was enough to a government that is tone deaf. This is covered on page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 of the Standard this morning. And there's the Gen Z anniversary in pictures of the different things that were happening around the country. There were empty streets. It was like it was a public holiday. And they said, yes, we're giving it. That's exactly what it was. And so we failed to reconcile between what was going to be a normal day because children went to school, banks were open, but then businesses had closed. Guess what? It is not banks and schools that run an economy.
Nope.
Businesses run an economy. None of them opened yesterday.
Correct.
People shut down this because we do not know what is going to happen. The do not know what is going to happen is usually as a result of violence that is meted. And then people say, well, okay. Or the criminal elements that would then be injected into a protest or a commemoration. So these are the headlines that we're looking at this morning. Uneasy calm, shut shops across counties as nation mourns protest victims. We covered it yesterday. From Nairobi to Nakuru to Mombasa to Narok to Nyeri to Kisumu.
Yep.
I mean, everybody said we're gonna sit this one out. And so for me, the oxymoron was it's going to be a normal day. Then there should have been no roadblocks. There should have been no sealed roads. It's going to be a normal day. Then everybody goes around business as usual. But can you do the two things and operate in the same space? That essentially it was the government and security agencies that locked the country down. That is what happened yesterday.
Right.
There were people who were out to commemorate. We saw this happening. Police officers even took a nap in Kisumu. There's a picture there, fun one. As calm prevailed during the anniversary commemorations. You know, they took a nap in the grass. Everybody wants to do that on a Thursday afternoon, don't they? There's a picture there of Siaya Governor James Orengo is whisked away by his aides after police dispersed demonstrators in Nairobi. He was on a border yesterday. And those are the roadblocks. There were people who were coming in on buses, coming in from Mombasa Road, from Kibwezi and even further on, who were not allowed to get in. Murkomen's normal day meets Nairobi roadblocks. Split opposition as some leaders keep off streets during the protests. There was this commemoration was there the expectation that everybody was going to come out and commemorate that day 2 years ago. If that didn't happen, then, expectations or hopes were dashed. There's some people notables that you didn't see.
Right.
There's a story here that's done by the Standard team. Leaders dancing on Gen Z graves with an eye on 2027 and beyond. Those who are saying, as a result of the broad-based government, now those other things that you people are talking about really don't matter. Get a copy of the Standard and look at the leaders that we're talking about.
Please do.
Reese barriers mark protest anniversary, and we saw that Parliament was cordoned off. The house that fell now hides behind razor wire. And then on page 9, Ruto attacks on Standard stir more backlash. President William Ruto has drawn criticism from the political class, human rights groups, and ordinary Kenyans after he continued his attacks on the Standard. Yesterday, the president took to social media at 8:31 a.m., a day after another post that without evidence claimed that the media house was engaged in blackmail. Okay. There might be something else today. We'll just wait and see. There's a group of people. There's not a group. There are two people. A pair is two.
Yes.
They're earning 6 million shillings to watch all 104 football matches. God, I don't understand. Why? When these things are happening, why don't they count Ndu and say, please, even me, I want? Besides watching every match, they're responsible for creating content for fans. They term experience enjoyable, but exhausting due to long hours and constant football. The World Cup is ramping up with 6 matches scheduled each day until the end of the group stage, which makes tuning in something a full-time job. That is literally the case for Kevin Akoto and Austin Franklin, who are getting paid $50,000 to watch each of all the 104 World Cup matches. The BBC caught up with the two football fans just over a week into their role as Fox One chief World Cup watchers to see what the experience has been like. You want to see what that story has to say, but they're earning the money. Whether they have other jobs or not, or whatever else they're doing, you have to get into that. Parliament summoned CS Wahome as housing projects stall nationwide. I should summon her. I'm sorry, but in this case, is it her? Is she the one who is handling the housing projects, these affordable housing? Is it the same one?
Yeah. But she's the head of the ministry.
Yeah, but she's not the one
when the building
the
collapsed in was it South C, Eastleigh? Yes, she came out to defend.
She did. No, she also came out and said that people will be, and we actually saw that last month people were charged.
Yes, so she's the same way we talk about the CS education when things are not going right in the education sector. Let her come and answer. We'll be listening.
Housing C project
but she defends it.
Okay, so
she's in charge of the implementation.
Court has been busy. The court came out and said, "Excuse me, Dr. Sodor, sit over there.
Right.
Okio Matata, leta kesi tunaenda trial." This thing that we're talking about making President William Ruto's administration has suffered a setback after the High Court declined to strike out a petition challenging the legality of Kenya's 7 trillion shilling budget, or rather public debt, clearing the way for a full hearing. So Okiya Mtata went to court and he petitioned and he said, AG, all of you, there's a problem here. Kenya's debt is not this amount. This money that was borrowed, iko wapi, number one, imetoka wapi, number two, now it's what is it for, number three. So they've been back and forth. Do you have a case to answer? Court says yes. Dr. Sodor, stand over here in the corner. We're going to trial. We're going to find out if this debt that we're talking about is actually ODS.
That's interesting to watch,
isn't it?
Yes, so we should know how much we owe.
Yes,
and to whom. Yes.
So looking into the opinion pages, of course, bouquets on razor wire in Parliament is a paean to youth remembrance. Get yourself a copy of the Standard. Get a copy of the Standard. If you can't get one in your hand, get a copy of Standard e-paper, standardmedia.co.ke. Sawa. Want to look into the Nation, sir?
Yebo. Daily Nation front page is still talking about the same thing. Second anniversary, families of 2024 Gen Z protest victims lay wreaths outside Parliament. Lockdown, there was total blockade, court order. The barricades outraged Kenyans whose daily activities were disrupted amid protests that authorities had defied a court order barring police from erecting cordons to restrict access to the city center without prior public notice. It's interesting because everybody was saying, you come up, it's going to be a normal day. But people woke up and they found the police protesting. So that's the story for the call for justice and easy calm. Most parts of the country remained relatively peaceful, including regions that have in the past been hotspots of violence. But tension was palpable amid a heavy police presence, shuttered businesses, and paralyzed public transport. What I'm grateful for is there was no loss of life. So the story continues, a lot of captured moments, people marching, people showing up, families, friends, politicians. That continues all the way to page... There's an interesting story here, a quick one, short one. On the Daily Nation. Why it has disappeared?
Okay.
Yes. This would be page 2. He says, the women who carry Homa Bay's water crisis on their backs. Who's the governor for Homa Bay?
Gladys Wanga.
I'm glad that she's also a woman. Women wash clothes and household items on the shores of Lake Victoria in Homa Bay on Monday last week. Persistent water shortages force families to depend on untreated lake water for their daily needs, increasing the risk of recurrent waterborne disease outbreaks. It's a very sad image.
It is.
This day and age.
So So there's water, there's laundry that's taking place at the shores of the lake.
Correct.
That water goes, that dirty water goes back into the lake. They rinse, they wash, they do whatever, it goes back.
Yep.
And it comes back and goes back and comes back. Because the likelihood that they did that on a Tuesday and they're never going to do it again is slim to none.
No, that's
it's every day.
Yes. And they still take some of that water back home for household use. This day and age. And you are saying this is what you want these women to continue experiencing for the next 5 years. Never. So next to that, in the DN2, it says the hidden apartheid legacy inside the gender roots of Afrophobic attacks in South Africa. There is an African story to be told about what is happening in South Africa.
Yeah.
Someday we should talk about it, because the divide and rule to conquer continues to play in different shapes and forms.
And it was not an African concept.
It was not.
No.
It was not. But we seem to have delved into it so much. It is our way of life now, but to our own detriment. Yes, there are changes we need to do. There are things we need to effect individually as countries. So South Africa, to an extent, they are right. To another extent, we need to talk about it some more.
Yes.
That and more stories. Find yourself a copy and be informed.
The Star today, the picture tells 1,000 words, because on one side where there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 police officers holding down 2 men on the right side, and on the left side is a picture of His Excellency the President, touring, inspecting the construction of the Bomas International Convention Complex. Those 2 things were happening side by side.
Right.
Security checkpoints on key highways, razor wire rolled out around Parliament. That's what was happening yesterday. So there's an international Bomas something that's being built. They said it's going to finish soon.
I hope they're not going to build that car park in the
national park. That's what they want to do.
No, we hope not.
Well, they arrested Chief Justice Emeritus David Maraga and others who were protesting against this very thing. It's interesting,
right,
that the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife is actually supposed to protect the country's wildlife and all of these things. The national parks fall under wildlife protection.
Yes, they do.
The individual now who's going to run the machinery of this of this tourism and wildlife ministry is the most immediate former PS from Education, Julius Bitok. So your guess is as good as mine. As to, how that's going to go. But it would be great to see that he actually comes in and says, excuse me, this cannot happen. You want to build your Bomas car park? Go do it over there. You're not going to be doing it over here in the national park. One would assume that would be, the thing that he would do.
Yep.
Yeah, and so we're going to leave it at that.
Okay.
Furious mother gives birth outside the hospital. Now, me, I have given birth. All right?
All right.
Outside the hospital,
you have given birth.
No. I've put a period.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
Space. Continue the sentence.
Right.
Outside this hospital, outside any hospital, it's not a ghost town. It's not like the way Nairobi was yesterday.
Yes.
There are people. They're milling around. There is action. There is an ambulance or 2. There is something happening. Even if it is in the village dispensary, there is something happening.
Yes.
So giving birth is not something that you sneeze at you. It comes. No, it doesn't happen like that.
It's not a silent affair.
No.
Okay.
It is not. At least for most. By the time she arrived here, is it that people stood and were now looking at her? And they said, no, she has not paid. I don't understand that nobody saw it fit to assist this woman to be delivered of her baby as she was outside this hospital. Note the things that I started with this story. Busy scene.
Yeah.
Usually at an emergency, there are people, hospital staff, whether they are milling around or sitting down having a cup of tea.
Yep.
Somebody is in that area. What kind of debasing of value do we have that you will watch a situation like that panning out and then you don't help? Okay, let's just even assume that it happened very quickly. Oh yeah, now, were you not helping her in the middle of it?
Hey.
Exactly. So people are angry. Why are you angry? What do you expect? What are you angry about? She gave birth outside the hospital because of what? And this was the Holla County Referral Hospital. Hundreds of women from Tana River staged a protest outside the hospital. They said they were marching, carrying twigs and chanting traditional songs. They're accusing health workers of neglecting pregnant women and blamed poor services for maternal deaths reported in recent years. The protest was triggered by an incident on Tuesday in which an expectant mother reportedly gave birth outside the hospital after allegedly being turned away despite experiencing severe labor pains. You see what I'm saying? It should not have happened. And they said now, it is regrettable. It's not regrettable. It's criminal.
It is.
You don't do something like that. And this is in the country where they told you that what is working?
Shut up.
Yeah. We're laughing about it because sometimes, how many tears will you cry? You talked about in this day and age, people are washing water in a river, in a lake. In this day and age, people can be outside the hospital, at the mouth of a hospital, and be turned away and then delivered of their babies outside the hospital, nobody helping. So that happened in Kenya.
How much neglect is happening inside the hospitals?
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.